Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Leshper here, 1836 Property Management, full service property management company, as always, in beautiful Austin, Texas. So today we're going to go over the difference between a full service property management company, one that's got their core competency around leasing and managing residential real estate properties, and a leasing agent who's a realtor, or a discount property management company who may be based in another state but just has a local office that they're renting for space so that they need a local address. So let's start off with the focus of those businesses. The core focus of your realtor is selling real estate. So when they're offering to do you a favor by leasing that property, do they really know what that means? Or are they going to get you to move on by doing something quickly and getting a tenant in there quickly? They all say that they know what they're doing. We love a lot of them. We collaborate with a lot of them. But the truth is, that's not their core competency. And you're going to be stuck with that tenant under a contract for years to come. So, national company, what are they going to do different? Well, their core competency is getting you signed up. Because you see, national companies really aren't about the consumer or the customer. They're about growing those corporations. And the more people they can get signed up, the more the value is in there for the investors, and the larger that corporation gets, the better for them. Most of them have pieces of that pie. So really, they just want to get you signed up, whether it takes a discount or a cheap fee or whatever it may be. Their objective is to grow that company, not to build a lasting relationship with the investors. So full service property management companies are typically local. They live and work in the communities. They build those relationships over years. And really, they're there to help those clients reach their goals. Beyond anything else, they also have to make a living. And so you're going to find that their prices may be a small amount higher than a discount provider or somebody, of course, doing you a favor, but they're there for the long haul. They've got to lease that property, and they've got to deal with that tenant afterwards. They've got to deal with you afterwards if they're not performing. So that's their core focus. The other is formation. So a large property management company is going to be formed with people in a remote state, with maybe a person here doing sales or going out to watch properties just to get them signed up. But they're not going to be formed in the local community like Austin, Texas. They may be operating out on the West Coast, having just an office here. A local agent is simply on their own. They don't have the collaboration, experience, the colleagues, the years of training to do that leasing property. Full service property management company, that's what they do. They are formed around that core competency of leasing and managing properties and getting them back to leased again. Participation. So some agents locally do participate in MLS, and that's great news for you guys because that's the fastest way in our market, Austin, Texas, to get those properties leased. A lot of national companies simply don't participate with other agents because they would rather lower the leasing fee and let you sit on the market longer. So there's a cost to everything in life. Nothing is free. Otherwise, we'd all be going that direction. But the truth is, by offering those really low discounted leasing fees, because they're not paying out commissions or paying to join the MLS, they're just shifting the cost onto the owners or investors while they're sitting vacant for much longer. We've done the math on all these, and guys, we can run through any comparisons you want to our numbers, the MLS numbers on average, or even Zillow's numbers and let you know what those are. But as a local property management company, we participate in MLS. We collaborate with other agents. And we have to answer those calls all the time to get them into properties, which leases your home faster and lowers your costs overall. Boots on the ground. Agents are local, and that's really great. But national property management companies are not local. That's just the way it is, whether they tell you they are or not. Property management companies that are local based and grown up do have boots in the ground relationships and people here to actually watch your property, walk your property, and know your residents and know you. They know the local community, they know the service providers. They're not out there trying to get $5 off of your bill because they want that bill to be for something that's quality work that you're not having to have a callback on. $5 to upset your tenant and have them renew is not a good idea. So, do you want to save money? Sure, but not at the cost of future money. So we want to do things right the first time, and that takes relationships. Another idea is the no leasing fee model. We've covered this already a little bit, but if you're willing to bet everything that your leasing agent can do you a favor when they've had no experience, no training, no collaboration within the industry, they're using state authored forms, and they know how to post requirements for tenants, you're really taking a dangerous bet. So property managers have some of us have built forms. We tweak those constantly. We had to actually reduce our changes even after 15 years to once a quarter because it was becoming too much. We collaborate with attorneys and we collaborate with colleagues around the nation to come up with the best forms. Why are forms so important? Well, Those forms are your legal agreements. That's what you're agreeing to deliver as the owner and what you're holding that resident to. So if you don't start off with that form as good as you can make it with the experience and knowledge and constant changes, you're simply going to fall behind the curve somewhere in the future and you just don't know when. So getting your funds on the first of the month. A lot of national companies want to tell you guys as investors that, hey, rent's due on the first, we'll pay you on the first. Where's that money coming from, guys? That's against trust accounting principles because the truth is rent may be due on the first, but it's not even late until the second, third, or fourth, depending upon your state. So if that money's not in their account, who are they paying you with? It's other people's money. So not only is it contrary to trust accounting principles, but what happens if a tenant writes a hot check or the check simply bounces because of an error on the check? That money has to come back out of your account. So the truth is, local PMs that do this for the long haul, want to have a discussion. They want to be transparent, honest with you. And they should be telling you that if your mortgage is due on the first, that is a mortgage that should be paid in arrears because that's how mortgages are. So the income from the first of the preceding month is what should be processed, sent to you for 1836 on the 10th. You'll always receive it by the 15th through 18th, no matter what holidays or weekends there are. And then you can pay that money out by the first of the next month. But if somebody is robbing Peter to pay Paul, you're begging for trouble. And that may sound good to you today, but it won't in the future. Something will go wrong. Another one is splitting costs over months. So you're going to find some of these national companies go, oh, it's okay, pay us later. Again, whose money are they then sending to you if they're allowing you to carry those costs? It's bad trust accounting, but they're not going to tell you that because some people, it makes happy. I don't have to pay. That sounds great. What happens though when you're not paying today and then the AC goes out and you don't have the money to pay tomorrow? You can see where this could be a big problem. So the truth is somebody needs to be able to have such a relationship with you and a level of community and integrity that they're not here just to make a buck in the corporate world. They're here to last for 25, 30-year career in the local community. And that means having honest, transparent conversations with you before you ever get started investing, such as, do you have at least 2 months of reserve funds? Do you have the capability to replace an AC or a roof if and when it comes due? Can we look at when that may happen in your property so that you can properly plan? These are the discussions around honesty and integrity that really you need to be having. If your PM is only trying to sell you something and make you feel good, but not giving you the scary parts of this, they're not giving you the whole picture, and you should really question what you're doing with that property manager. So what can a full service PM do for you? They're going to really help you handle a situation from top to bottom. You need to be out doing what you do as an expert in your field or industry and let them do what they do as an expert. This is what you hired them to do. Let them do it. Certainly give them a call. Consult with them. Set up an appointment or a video call once a year. They would love to connect with you on a positive manner. But let them do what they do and just be curious if you have a question. No one has the time, the labor, or the desire to try to take anything or do anything wrong to anybody. We're only here to get it right. And that's all local PMs. I got to tell you, some are not as great as others. The integrity across the top 25% of those in the industry in any given city is really impressive. They manage a lot of money, and a lot of that never goes missing, not a penny. And that's remarkable given the human population. So there's no need to worry about how to handle a situation. They're going to be there for you. They're going to have local attorneys, local vendors. They're going to have local resources and even national resources that this is their core competency so that they can call colleagues and go, hey, John, we've been to convention together for 10 years. I had something strange come up. If you don't think something strange will come up, it will in property management. The other thing is we have an on-retainer attorney, so we consult with them weekly at a minimum, just because strange things do come up, and you want somebody who can refer to a colleague of that nature to get it right. Also, your local PM needs to ask you about you. Why are you investing? What are your goals? What's your timeline? If you're only investing for 1 year, you're probably better off selling that property because the cost to get it up and running are just not going to be worth it. We need to make sure you're multi-year and looking down the road at that goal and staying focused on it because you may make money for 5 years and then have a bad year 6 when the AC goes out. But this is a long haul. The goal is a long way off, and you've got to put off today's rewards so that you can get those bigger and better at the end of that rainbow. So we need to develop a strategy with you, and only the local PMs really do that because we're invested with you for the long haul. The corporate guys just want to take your money and get you in their book of business and grow the company, and the local realtors, well, they may love you for sales and all that stuff, but once that tenant and property are leased, they're gone. So make sure you do select wisely. We love our local realtors. We love competing with the national companies. But whether it's our company or someone else, some local PMs that have been in business over 15 years have been doing things right. That's the reason they're still in business. So seek those guys out, have a conversation with them, and know that vast majority of those guys out there are someone that you can trust and collaborate with to reach your goals. Thanks for your time. Look forward to seeing you soon. Bye bye.